directly from the team, or is it picked from another team?
But we had them though. They got to be from the team. I mean, it didn't say it because it only said the Hawks and the Clippers and the multiplayer deal. It didn't say a multi-team deal, so they got to be our picks. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, but it could be the picks that we just acquired.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But still, though, you giving up. You basically giving Hunter away for free. But we gonna get into it. Hey, grateful family.
We got Karis LeVert.
Yeah. Okay. Grateful
Yeah, we
family.
got that.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, we appreciate y'all for holding on and taking your time and being patient with today's episode. We wanted to kind of record closer towards the deadline for the NBA trades and things of that nature. So that'll be a huge point of emphasis for today's episode. Of course, we'll get into the Unrivaled League, the Super Bowl. We have NFL topics we'll discuss and speak on. I have my cousin Matt here recap the Royal Rumble from this past weekend. Of course, as always, I'm grateful today. That's my cousin Matt. He in the studio today with us. Make sure y'all go check him out. He dropped an episode earlier this week on Monday about Frankie Albert, another left-hand quarterback, one of the first ever left-hand quarterbacks to start in the NFL. So
The first. The first ever.
that was a pretty interesting episode. So make sure y'all go check him out. Again, host of Just Unconventional Podcast. This is the Grateful Gap Sports Huddle. Tune in, strap up, and let's get into it. So daily verse coming, and then we got our full sports huddle rundown, and then we'll be getting into it. So daily verse for the date of February 6th, 2025, derived from the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 41, and it states as follows. Now, his parents were accustomed to go from year to year to Jerusalem for the festival of the Passover. Amen. And again, that's from the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 41. And that's speaking about Jesus' parents, Joseph and Mary, and how the Israelites, what the Passover is when Moses was coming into Egypt to get the Israelites out of Egypt. One of the acts that Jehovah gave, a creed through Moses' actions. He told them that if you did not paint your door with blood, your firstborn, every door that was not that way, their firstborns would be taken. So the Passover was really important to the Israelites. It was a symbolism of their faith and how they persevered, and they weren't forsaken, or they weren't what's the word we're looking for? They weren't affected by the cause of the angel coming through and taking all of the firstborn of everything, not just humans, of animals. It was the firstborn of any living thing in that time period in that area. So that's what the Passover represented, and that's what the book of Luke chapter 2 verse 41 was speaking on, and how Mary and Joseph always looked at the importance of making sure that their family worshiped God, in whatever type of way they could, especially the more important things. So that's why I want to kind of get context on that scripture. But again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Huddle. Looking forward to today's episode. We got the Unrivaled League coming. We got NFL hires. Again, we got some NFL trade rumors going on, trade requests. Teams looking to get rid of people, so we'll be talking about that. Again, we'll be previewing Super Bowl 59. Looking forward to that. I'm so tired of these interviews, and I'm not even being interviewed. So I just know that Jalen Hurts specifically, all the media guys, they just tired of getting asked these same ignorant questions. Some of the questions are okay, but most of them are just ignorant and just but they got to do it. But I know those guys getting locked in. Practice. They had a couple of practices this week, so we'll be getting into that. We have another subtopic about a what if type of question. So we'll get into that also. And again, of course, the big meaty part of today's episode will be about the NBA trade deadline. From the current timing of this recording, we're 18 minutes away from the deadline closing. So the NBA stock market will be shut down for this year in 18 minutes. So we'll have all the final details before that closes. We'll have NCAA men's and women's top 25, the National Hockey League, and again, my cousin will be giving his recap on Royal Rumble, insights of what's going on in wrestling coming forward for the rest of the year, and we're going to get into it. So we will be kicking it off today, again, getting to this NBA trade deadline. So for the ones who were interested or thinking about wondering what my cousin and I was speaking about at the beginning of the episode, we were speaking about the trades of the Atlanta Hawks, and they decided to wait to the last day, which was fair, to make some moves. You know what I mean? Still 17 minutes. I thought we were gonna be done trading away, but lo and behold, we're not. So we shall see how this continues to unfold. But we were just speaking about the Bogdan Bogdanovich trade with the Clippers, and the type of caliber players we're getting for the caliber players we're letting go is not sufficient in my eyes. You know what I mean? We acquired 3 guards. We've acquired 3 players. 2 of them are over 30. One is knocking on the door of 30, and one is, I don't even know what he does in the NBA, but whatever. They are professional players, and hopefully Quinn Snyder can try to do something to make this team better in different ways. But so the trades from today, from February 6th, are as follows. We had a couple trades. We've been having PJ Tucker get tossed around like a rag doll. So, but I'm going to go back to February 1st, so I can kind of not repeat myself, because we're going to hear his name a couple times in this trade going on. But to kick off February, was a shocker to the whole NBA world. If you have not heard by now, Luka Doncic is LA Laker, and what's my boy name? Anthony Davis. He is a Dallas Maverick. So going back to February 1st, though, this is the kick off to February 1st. We had the Clippers and the Jazz in a trade. We had the Clippers. They traded for Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills, and the Utah Jazz. They got Mo Bamba, PJ Tucker, and the 2030 second round pick, and also some cash consideration. So that was the key. Let your sister in, please, because she in my podcast again. Yeah, so that kicked off the trade for February, which wasn't, it was mediocre compared to everything else that was going to happen. Go ahead, cuz, take over from me pretty quick, please. I got a doozy over here.
Oh Lord, you got a doozy over there.
A doozy. Come on, man.
And look here, what me and my cousin was talking about earlier was that, the Hawks have seemed to turn into a little bit of sellers for this year's trade deadline. So the thing that's getting me on this, it was like, they was trading away picks. I was curious because I was like, okay, we acquired a lot of picks and a couple swaps, which the swaps aren't really nothing really to be proud of. I'm actually following along with the trade deadline on Twitter, and I really don't use my Twitter like that, so I'm really not giving it out. Thank you very much. But if you're curious who I'm following Utility Sports. They have been talking about the trade deadline all day. They even got a YouTube live up, and this was actually my first time hearing about them. So this is pretty cool. So, I guess I'm giving them a shout out. But I'm sitting here like we got 3 picks. So I'm like, oh no, maybe we're going to move those picks around, try to go and grab somebody. Because, I don't know. Think KD, he's still up there. I heard that the Suns locker room and the environment's kind of toxic. So I don't know, maybe we could try to go and get somebody like a KD. But I guess that's just not the Hawks thing. I get it. They trying to, create success without going into luxury tax, I guess. We've heard, I can't remember my guy's name. He's always on 92.9, but he's a part of the Hawks organization. He's always talking about not going into luxury tax. But we traded it away, Boban. We got Terrence Mann back. He's a decent player. But the thing with Terrence Mann and this whole trade is we actually traded away picks we had before we got, before we traded DeAndre Hunter and got those picks from the Cavs. So I kind of don't know what we're doing at this point. I agree with my cousin a little bit. Like, what are we doing here with these picks? Like, these were I understood we do a trade the picks that we just got, kind of flip those, but we didn't flip those. We flipped picks that we already had. We're already in a bad position when it comes to our draft because I believe the San Antonio Spurs control our first pick. So I don't know what's going on with these boys over here, but I can't wait for Cuzzo to hop back on here, man, because I got some things to say when it comes to the Lakers trade, which that right there is still popped off like just everything, if you ask me. And I wasn't sure how to feel about this whole Luka thing. I felt real bad for him, honestly. Like, I understand he was very happy. I can't say he was very happy down in Dallas, but he had to be. I heard that he just bought a house before he found out that he got traded. And now all of a sudden he's traded and he's gone. And that really sucks right there, especially for the Dallas fans. I don't know what's going on with those guys. Oh, look, Grateful Dave is back in here. Hey, Grateful Dave, I just got some info for you. You was right about those picks. I'm following along the trade deadline on Twitter. I'm like following this thread. So you was right about those picks because the second round picks that we traded, those were not the picks that we got from the Cavs. Those were some picks that we had before the trade, before we traded DeAndre Hunter.
You know, this is disgusting work, y'all. Sorry, this is more disgusting than the diaper I just changed. Okay, it's just pissing me off.
More disgusting than the diaper you just changed.
Right.
I heard we trade somebody else too. Hold on.
Man, you know,
I think we having a fire sale or something here. Oh boy, check this out too.
Go ahead, Murray.
Check this out. Before De'Aaron Fox got traded to the Spurs, they inquired about Trae Young. They were interested in Trae Young. You know, very interested.
After this week, you know, we spoke offline. After this week, I'm not even surprised of what would have happened. But it's not like we giving Trae Young no help. You know what I mean?
Facts.
We're taking away the pieces that were valuable this year. Like DeAndre Hunter, that, you know, I can see if we traded him before the year started, but he's literally been having his best career year this year. You know what I mean?
And we just signed him to an extension.
And like consistently playing good basketball, no matter what role he was playing, coming off the bench, starting. You know what I mean? Like, we already lose Jalen Johnson for the year. So that's a big piece going on already. Now we replace these guys with Terrence Mann. Okay. LeVert, Karis LeVert, he does have, you know, moments where he can be a good scorer. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's probably the best.
Yeah,
that's, you know,
that's literally it right there. You just said it.
I mean, like, but, you know, but he's still been inconsistent. Like this year, he averaged 10 points. You know what I mean? Like 10 points a game, which was 130th in the league. I don't know how many minutes he was getting with the Cavs, but still, like, you know what I mean? Still, you know what I mean? I don't know, but Bones.
I can tell you one thing. I don't know who Bones Highland is. That name sounds familiar for some reason, but I don't know who that is. I can tell you about Terrence Mann. That is a good depth piece, and he might surprise you.
No, he's had a good role with the Clippers. I know who he is, but still he's not who I'm looking for. Look at all these big names.
I understand.
Look at all these names who's been thrown around the league. The West is NBA. Okay, the West is the real deal NBA because, I mean, the way they've been impacting this trade deadline is remarkable. Again, the Luka AD trade that kicked off the tempo for the West, off the rip. You know, the whole NBA world was shocked. You know, no one believed that he would get traded. You know what I'm saying? A superstar caliber talent, basically the face of the NBA. You know what I mean? Is going to team up with the best basketball player to play in the NBA in the last 20 years with LeBron James. You know what I mean? So it's like, and what are we doing? What are we doing? Giving away the pieces that kind of make the Hawks. We already lost 7 straight before we beat the Pistons, whoever team we won against last week, and then we losing again. Like we're not helping ourselves. We're shooting ourselves in the foot, and it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Like, I don't know what's going on with Atlanta sports, man. And this is like, people be asking me why I'm not. You know, people be asking me why I'm not this, why I'm not that. Look at the proof is in the pudding. It's hard. It's hard to be behind franchises that don't draft well. It's hard to be behind franchises that don't consider, you know, making your teams championship contenders. The Braves are the closest thing to that. And
Atlanta United.
Oh yeah, Atlanta United. Okay, yeah,
they are here spending money in the offseason, bro.
Yeah, but I said they got somebody early this week. I saw a deal about that. They got somebody want a big star in the Major League Soccer. You know what I mean? Like, but still, other than that, and these are newer teams. These are teams that are coming and being adopted to the city who knows the pride of the city, because it's not like our city is not winners. We have a city full of winners. You know what I mean? On different levels, in different sports, different things that we do in career-wise. You know, all these type of things. Atlanta is made up of a city of go-getters, hard workers, doers, people who want to succeed and win. And our sports teams just don't reflect that, and it's really frustrating. You know what I mean? Like, it's really frustrating. So,
you want to talk about what's frustrating, dog? I know we sitting here talking earlier. I'm glad we got a little bit of time. But you want to talk about frustrating? This whole dry snitching battle between Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons organization about him being injured and playing injured. Look here. I got a thing for Ra-Ra. Ra-Ra says stats are for losers. Wrong. Stats are for winners, dog. Stats are for winners. You got to win out here. At some point, at what point you got to look at your team? Bump the ego. Your job is to put the team in the best possible position to win games.
Right.
I don't have to know X's and O's and know about drag routes or anything to understand that. If I'm playing a sport, if I'm coaching a team, my job is to put us in the best position to win games. If I see somebody is hurting my team and we not winning, we have to change course. I don't care how much you're paying them.
Right.
This is football. If I'm playing a video game, this is just me. If I'm playing Madden and I throw 4 interceptions with a QB and I see that they saying this QB cold, I'm sitting his ass down. We're going to put the backup in for a little bit. See if that helps us win the game. Man, you're right. I don't know what we're doing down here in Atlanta, man. But we needed to get it together. Like, we really needed to get this thing together.
Hope I don't got no poop on me, man. Skylar, you on record, baby. You better not get no poop on me. But,
Oh, Lord.
Nah, but yeah, cause you know, I don't know. Like you said, it's frustrating, man. And then, like you said, the only stat that matters is winning or losing. That's the stat that matters. The other stats go into wins and losses are okay, but the ultimate stat is to win. You know what I mean? That's the stat that matters at the end of the day. How's your win and loss column looking? Plain and simple. You know what I mean? So in the way Atlanta Hawks looking right now, the loss column heavier than the win column, and these trades right now ain't making it no better. In the same way for, like you said, the other sports teams, the way the Falcons are acquiring talent, and you know even the like I said, the head, the contract they gave Kirk Cousins. Okay, you felt like this guy at his age was worth all those hundreds of millions of dollars, but now he get one season behind him, and we see the real Kirk Cousins. Again, the proof is in the pudding. Yes, he has a phenomenal career. When it came to regular season, 70% completion, he's up there. The numbers are good. But what does his wins and losses say? How many wins he got in the playoffs? Talk to me, cuz. Come on.
Last time he went to the playoffs?
I don't know, but I don't even think he got a win in the playoffs. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm being for real about it. Like, when's the last time?
You know
I can't recall.
But I'm pretty sure his playoff records, he's undefeated. He's defeated. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's ever won a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if it is, it's maybe one. I have to fact check that. But I'm pretty sure his playoff record is not. It's not equivalent to the contract that Atlanta gave him. But now they're in a bind because we looking to get this happened. You know, all these scenarios, like you said, the draft.
No, not scenarios, dog. I'm calling this stuff excuses at this point.
Right.
Like, just straight up, I'm calling it excuses. Eventually, you gotta look yourself in the mirror. You can say whatever you can say to make it sound cute for the press. But what does my eyes see? My eyes see excuses. You have a problem, and you need to fix the problem. I'm literally calling for Ra and Terry Fontenot after next season. They both should be on the hot seat. I think Arthur needs to be upset with all of this, how all of this was handled. I'm hearing stuff about Terry Fontenot. I think he know a little bit more about football than Bill Belichick. Bro, I got 6 rings. What about you? Like, come on, man. We just... This can't work right here. And then I got to give a shout out to Atlanta Dream. At least they trying again.
Right.
At least they are trying again.
Right. The Dream. Yeah, I'm saying. See, a lot of these teams who get the initiative, who get the gist of what our city want to be represented by, they trying to change and go in that direction of being winners again. You know what I'm saying? Being champions. But these professional basketball, NBA, and NFL teams down there, boy, they got to get it together, man. For sure, you got to get it together. Were you previewing the Luka and AD trade before I left out?
Nah, I was waiting for you to come back because I wanted to talk about that. Yeah. I didn't know how to feel about that for days because I'm sitting here. I got like my homeboy TJ asked me what I felt about it. I said I'm lost for words. I got asked when I walked in Publix. I said I'm lost for words, and then I realized something right here, and that is that the Lakers are back. Like, and I mean, I know they got a winning record and everything right now, but I mean the Lakers, like the organization, the brand, the Lakers are back. Like, this has been the most exciting trade deadline we've had in years. It is not a snooze fest, and not only is it exciting, I feel like this creates must-watch scenarios again for basketball. Because one thing I felt like basketball was missing, because Carmelo was right, is rivalries. Like, the whole Boston 3-party versus Miami Heat, those days made you tune in.
Right.
Like, really. So, the Lakers are really back, bro. Like, this is going to be exciting. And not just Luka. That pickup of Mark Williams, that right there is an excellent pickup. You got the Joker killer because Joker struggles playing against this man. Like, I was like, who the hell is Mark Williams? But then I looked this man up.
Yeah, we seen him last week play for Charlotte. He didn't have enough minutes as he should have against the Lakers, but See, they were putting in the air. He was like, "This gonna be your new team. You don't want to beat up on them too much. You're gonna be with them." No, but no, that was definitely that threshold piece, like that put him over the hump. You know what I mean? Because
they got a big.
Yeah, he young too. See, young. I like youth. You know what I'm saying? I can see, like I said, if going back to the Hawks now, we got guys who were younger, but we got Neon, whatever boy name is.
I don't know who that is.
Bro, 30. Bro, 30. Bro, 31. I haven't heard him before. You know what I'm saying? He played out west for a while, if I'm not mistaken. But, bro, you're 30-plus years old. What are you about to bring to our team? George's Niang or whatever. Bro's 31.
George Niang.
Yeah, bro, you're 31. You know what I'm saying? Like, you average 8.7 points a game, 3.7 rebounds. You under 50% field goal. You probably not shooting threes, so that's around the perimeter. You know what I'm saying?
We just constantly adding depth, but we're not adding a. What happened to the Paul George thing, man? We should have just. If we're gonna do all this, if we gonna give up all these picks, and I'm giving up DeAndre Hunter, Boban. I need a player that's gonna make an immediate impact.
Exactly.
Like, I gave up a 20-point a game, 6 man of the year guy. If you ask me,
easily, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I gave up a 6 man of the year. I need a 6 man of the year. What happened to that? I would have just gave all that. I would have gave all that to Philly
and then
give me Paul George.
And then once again, you're giving up capital. We have 3 second-round picks. You can get a lot of value with second rounders. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of different value in second rounders. But let's continue. Let's go back to this. Let's go back. We're gonna be up and down everywhere, y'all. This is an emotional podcast episode today. So bear with us.
Breaking news, by the way, Kevin Durant's not being traded before the deadline, and I heard that the Phoenix locker room is a dumpster fire.
Oh my gosh! Well, I think he needs to stay there anyway. But the West is gonna be. Oh my goodness! The Jimmy Butler trade was crazy. It's a lot of pieces over there in the West that are just going to have immediate impacts in these organizations. I felt like the Denver Nuggets should have did a lot more to try to compete with these guys. Even though they got a lot of good pieces, they got a great squad over there. They have playmakers on all levels. You know what I'm saying? They've had basically a starting 5 of all-star caliber for the last 3 seasons. You know what I mean? So
yes,
they have a squad over there. But this West playoff is going to be immensely exciting. It's going to be must-see TV for sure. But yeah, so back to the Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic trade. Like you said, I was kind of lost for words too. I thought it was a joke for a while. I woke up I don't know what time I had to text you. I think it was early in the morning because I get up, early about 5ish, and I seen it. Blockbuster trade, Luka Doncic as a Laker for Anthony Davis. I'm like, this is no way. You know what I mean? Like Anthony Davis just put a 40-point, 20-rebound game on the Hornets today. Like, there's no way they traded this guy. Lo and behold, they traded him. So the Dallas Mavericks got Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. The Lakers got Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Marique Morris. So they already got Maxi is a good center, like a good power forward center type of build. So you already have good rotation right there already. So now your starting 5 most likely going to be LeBron, Luka, Austin Reeves. Who else they got over there?
Mark Williams.
Oh yeah, and who going to be there for?
Rui Hachimura.
Oh yeah, Hachimura. Yeah, so that's going to be their starting 5 most likely. Now you got Maxi Kleber coming off the bench. You got Dorian Finney-Smith. You got Markieff Morris. These guys already have chemistry. They've been playing with the Mavericks for years now. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're getting a team that doesn't have camaraderie and chemistry. You know how to play basketball together. These guys have been playing a lot of basketball for a lot of years. So the Lakers are definitely in prime position to go win the championship right now. They're trying to lead LeBron with his 5th ring. Luka trying to get his first. Because the Lakers are definitely setting the tone here in the West, saying, hey, we're coming for y'all. We're not playing around. We're not looking to just be contented. We're looking to go win championships. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many more years LeBron got, but LeBron can now be on a sit-back spot, play 19, 20 minutes, facilitate the game, help Luka out, and still get carried to rings. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see LeBron that first game with Luka on the bench?
Go on.
LeBron out here playing with an extra... Bro, what somebody said online? They said it's like when you got the baddie that show up at the gym and you got to show out. They said that was LeBron with Luka sitting on the bench when they was playing the Clippers. Bro, this man may add like a couple more years to LeBron, like youth-wise.
Right.
He may bring some rejuvenation to this man.
That's just
I know how much he loved Anthony Davis, but you got Luka Magic now.
Right.
They even calling this man Fat Luka. because they out here talking about his condition. Look here, I'll take Luka at 260 pounds if you giving me 26, 10, and 10.
That's a big boy.
And you win again. That's a big boy, but he don't play. Bro, Luka, all them European dudes don't look like they play basketball.
Right.
They just fire.
Right.
It's like that one dude that show up at the park and he wearing Stars gym shorts and a white tee and he got a beer belly. But guess what? That man about to tear you apart.
Going
Nothing but fundamentals.
Going stupid. And this is gonna be exciting to watch. But I'm gonna definitely be locked into the Lakers again. And then this just goes back to my nephew. He's a Luka fan. So now he wanted to see the Mavericks. So now you get to see the Lakers again. You get to see the Lakers. You get to see Luka and LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Think about even Ronnie James. Think about that legacy that he can have alongside Luka. You know what I'm saying? Getting to learn and see this guy. You got to see your father play, but now you get to see a guy around your age range who comes in and works and just get to learn from how he's been so successful at basketball ever since a young child. He's been dominating European leagues as a teenager. Now he's been coming over ever since he's touched the league, and I'm still kind of peed off about the Trae Young, Luka Doncic trade, because we drafted him. He's once again, and again, Trae Young, I think you're a phenomenal player, my boy. I think you're awesome. I think you deserving of, and I ain't gonna take no falsehood. I think you're deserving of going somewhere where you'll have an opportunity to win, because the way the Hawks are going right now, they don't want you to win a championship, my boy. It's plain and simple. And I'm just telling you how it is, because look at what they're doing. They're dismantling the team that we have potential to be able to be successful with. But once again, the Atlanta organization trading away greatness. You know what I'm saying? We had the guy. We had it.
Yeah. Check this out, by the way. So I'm gonna name some players for you: Jalen Brunson, Kristaps Porzingis, Kyrie Irving. Who has Trae Young played with of that caliber? Who has the Hawks brought in of those calibers?
Nobody.
Yeah, it's time. It might be time to just go ahead and let him go. They don't want to bring in him talent, because that's been the thing that's starting to come to light now for Atlanta media when they talk about this, because they still talk about the Luka Doncic trade thing, and that's been the thing. They like Luka has had the opportunity to play with some Hall of Famers, and they have not brought no Hall of Famers or no high caliber players to Atlanta to play with this man Trae.
They did bring a Hall of Fame. They brought Vince Carter, but he was...
Man, no, you know what I mean.
I know. I'm just saying, if you want to put it technically... They
brought veteran leadership, but we need a baller that's like not out your peak. You can be in your peak, maybe 2-3 years away from being out of it, or like you said, get young, but still... He said this.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer in my book. He's definitely gonna be.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer. Yeah, you got your jersey retired.
Right.
You the reason that we care about the slam dunk contest for a long time.
This is. I don't know, man. This is. Man.
But I'm about to see if you can keep talking. I'm about to see if anything else done went down.
So the Sacramento Kings trade. The Sacramento Kings and Chicago Bulls had a good trade. So the Chicago Bulls received Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Kevin Huerter, a former Hawk, and a 2025 first-round pick via San Antonio for Zach LaVine and Garret Sissoko. Also, Zach LaVine is teaming up with DeMar DeRozan once again, so the tandem over in the King, like I said, the West is gonna be. The West is
I forgot all about
the West is not playing. The Zach LaVine, we should have got him. That's the guy we should have been pursuing for. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these. Okay, so let's go back into this.
Go ahead and name them all, dog. Go ahead.
Because Sacramento Kings, along with the draft picks with Zach LaVine, they received a 2025 first round pick, which is a top 14 protected pick from Charlotte. So. They got another first-round pick next year or this upcoming draft to add along with the veteran presence on the Kings team. They got a 2027 first-round pick for via San Antonio, and they getting all this for 3 players. They got a first-round pick for Zach Collins, a first-round pick for Trey Jones, and a first-round pick for Kevin Huerter. Come on, bro. And we getting second-round picks. Come on, man.
Might be time to get a whole new GM, dog.
Whole new regime of leadership up there. Just to get them go. I don't know what old boy down there doing. What's his name? Man? What's his name with the Hawks? I cannot think of his name, bro. What's his name? He used to be a basketball player.
Landry Field?
Nope. What's his name, bro? What's his name?
You talking about the GM?
No, Grant Hill. Grant Hill.
Oh,
I
Grant.
don't know what Grant Hill got going on down there, but buddy, I thought you won a
What
championship.
he got
right?
going on down here?
You won a championship, right? He supposed to be some type of ambassador for the team, like being a part of the team. I don't think he got nothing to do with the upstairs thing, but you need to get some input.
I need somebody that can go and have some input upstairs.
You know what I mean? Because let's continue.
Like, I need somebody to have some input. By the way, Kevin Porter Jr. got traded to the Bucks.
See, and the Bucks loading up too. The Bucks make the best moves of the East, in my opinion, so far. You know what I'm saying? Me personally speaking. You know, they're looking to be in position to have depth alongside Giannis and Dame. Guys who are going to be able to come in and make impacts. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get to them also. So more rounds. So again, the Kings got 3 first-round draft picks along with Zach LaVine and City. They got 3 second-round picks. So they got a 2025 second-round pick via Chicago. They got a 2028 second-round pick via Denver. And they got a 2028 second-round pick of their own. So again, they got 2 players, 1 All-Stars in Zach LaVine, and 3 first-round picks, 1 this year, another second-round pick this year, and they got 2 more first-round picks for the future, and 2 more second-round picks for the future, all for a first-round pick to the Chicago Bulls, Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Kevin Huerter. Come on, man. Like, you know, we got to make better. We personally have to make better career-wise and organization decisions for the Atlanta Hawks, because, and then along with this trade also, it was a 3-team trade. The Spurs got De'Aaron Fox, who had a historic night against us the other day. Of course, he became the first ever player in a Spurs debut to have 10 plus points and I think 5 plus assists, something like that. He had 20 points, and he had 13 assists, and he had 5 rebounds, I believe. You know, so he had a phenomenal game.
And a couple steals. That man had a game.
Right. You know, he's another great talent alongside Wembanyama. And the San Antonio Spurs got Jordan McLaughlin. Whatever. Moving on. From the 3rd of February, we had the Hornets and the Thunder. They swapped second-round picks. So the Hornets got a 2029 second-round pick from Phoenix, and the Thunder, they got a 2030 conditional second-round pick from Denver. Moving on for players, for February 4th, we had Caleb Martin. He got traded to the Dallas Mavericks, and the Philadelphia 76ers. They got Quentin Grimes in a 2025 second-round pick. So that was kind of a decent trade for the 76ers. But the Mavericks, again, are continuing to load up. They're looking to continue to build pieces around Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, AD, you know, to be competitive in the West, because all these teams, see, now you have to be competitive in the West. You have to be. You have to be competitive in the West. There's too much been going on these last couple of days to not make any changes of significant impact to your team. If not, you're going to be left in the dust. From the 5th of February, the Pistons received KJ Martin, a 2027 second-round pick via Milwaukee, and a 2031 second-round pick via Dallas. And the 76ers, they got cash for the trade. From Boston, February 5th, also we had the Boston Celtics that received a 2031 second-round pick, a top 55 protected pick. And the Houston Rockets, they got guard Jaden Springer and a 2030 second-rounder. Moving on to the 5th of February, also with the New Orleans Pelicans, they received cash considerations and a 2031 second-round pick for. The New Orleans Pelicans got cash considerations, and the Oklahoma City Thunder got a solidified veteran center, and Daniel Theis, a guy who's been around this league for a while, who's know how to play on a championship caliber. So that's a good pickup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. See, when things like this happen, when players like this go to teams like that, it's not much of a significant impact, but it's enough to be able to get a reliable piece. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you have guys Chet Holmgren, all these guys over there, Dort, you know, all these type of guys that they have with OKC. You don't need another big time name playmaker. You just need somebody to come in who can get rebounds, who can play defense, who can be a presence in the middle of the paint, and that's what Daniel brings to them. You know what I mean? So once again, you know, all these teams are looking to be able to solidify and make themselves better. This pick right here really took me over the top, because once again, so many good centers was on the trading block, and yet again we have Clint Capella still on our roster. We could have shifted him. We could have put him in the package with anybody.
We moved so many people, but did not move Clint Capella.
We could have put him in the package with anybody. You know what I'm saying? For real. But the Wizards traded for Valanciunas, he's with the Kings now, so another big piece with the Kings. So you have Sabonis at that 4th spot, Zach LaVine at the 3. You have what's my boy name? DeMar DeRozan at the 2. You got Valanciunas at the center position, and most likely you probably have Malik Monk at that 1 spot. Maybe at 1-2 they might switch him to DeMar DeRozan in that 1-2 spot, but that's most likely the starting 5. If in my mind, if I'm a they got some other good young bulls over there too. I remember the guy out of Baylor they drafted a couple years ago. They got him over there, so he's a good young player too. So they might have him at the starting lineup in the 1. But once again, these teams are the West is going. I'm telling you, the West is going to be phenomenal to watch, dude. The rest of the season is much CTV for the NBA West. The NBA East, but all right, but the NBA West they have not been playing. So again, the Sacramento Kings they got Jonas Valanciunas in the Washington Wizards. They got City Sissoko, 2028 second round pick and a 2029 second round pick also. Moving on, the Washington Wizards, the Bucks, and the Knicks had a 3-team trade also. So the Milwaukee Bucks, they received Kyle Kuzma, which I think was a pretty good pickup for them. Somebody who can come off that bench and have consistency, maybe even get in the starting lineup. So the Milwaukee Bucks, they received Kyle Kuzma, Patrick Baldwin Jr., Jericho Sims in the 2nd-round draft compensation. And the Washington Wizards, they got Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, and the 2028 first-round pick swap. And the New York Knicks, they received Deleon Wright and cash considerations. I really think that was a good draft. Good trade for the Bucks because it was time for Chris Middleton to go. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you know what I mean? The I ain't gonna say the inconsistency of play, but the inconsistency of being available the last couple of seasons. He really wasn't there. You know what I mean? He really wasn't available for that team. And when he did come on the court, he didn't have that same type of Chris Middleton impact that he had early in those, you know, that run when they went to the championship and won. You know, those type of years from that 2020 to 2022 type of, you know, impact he had. So I think it was time for him to really get going. And you know, I think that was a good trade for the Bucks. So again, the Bucks, in my opinion, had the best trades impact for the East. Again, you getting a reliable veteran presence, Kyle Kuzma, he's not you know incredibly old, but he's still not young. Also, you know, he's 29. You know what I mean? He'll be 30 this year. So he averaged 15 points a game this year. So he's still, you know, 15 points, almost 6 rebounds. You know what I mean? So a guy who could get to the basket and score. You know what I mean? A guy who's you know been on championship caliber teams before. You know what I'm saying? Like so. I think the Bucks had the best trades and trade deadline impact from the East, but the rest of the East team has just been butt. All right, plain and simple. Moving on, we had the Toronto Raptors and the New York Pelicans in a trade. We had Brandon Ingram. I remember you talked about Brandon Ingram moving out a couple episodes ago.
That's another person I kind of would have took.
Yeah, for sure. But Toronto Raptors, they got Brandon Ingram in a trade with the New Orleans Pelicans. Via that trade, the New Orleans Pelicans received Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, a 2025 second-round pick, and a 2026 first-round pick via Indiana. Another spot where I think Brandon Ingram can go and succeed. They got a good young squad up there. I can't think of old boy name. Who's the big impact player for the Raptors right now? I can't think of her name.
They got RJ. They got a couple impact players.
Yeah, I know they got RJ Barrett up there. They got, but what's the other boy name? He a power forward center style player.
And like, dang, don't they start with a Q or something? I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I just read up on him this morning.
He's a good player though. So they got a good squad up there in Toronto. So I think it's a good fit for Brandon Ingram. Another trade again for the Lakers. We touched on it earlier. Mark Williams. Mark Williams is now the starting center, most likely for the Los Angeles Lakers. He's going to be over there, thriving 7-foot center. You know, young, athletic. Another piece that's going to be able to grow with Luka. You know what I'm saying? These guys are young. What the Lakers organization has started to realize is, you get young players around young players, you have an opportunity to go and be successful in the future. Look at the Boston Celtics. They drafted all those guys around the same time frame. The Jalen Brown, the Jason Tatum, you know, these type of guys, and now they still growing together and being successful and still have youth in their bodies. You know what I mean? So Mark Williams, he's 23, so Luka's 25, so they're gonna be growing together for a while now. You know, building it. You know what I mean? So
the Lakers are back. Yeah. Like the brand is so.
Right.
They are back. If they're not selling out all of their home games for like the next 10 years,
right,
I don't know what's wrong.
Right.
Because they are back.
Right.
Like, they should look at that.
Must see TV, man. So in that draft, in that exchange, the Lakers, again, they got Mark Williams, and the Hornets, they received Dalton Connect, which is their second round, was their first round pick?
That's the first round pick.
Their first round pick earlier this year, and they got Cam Reddish. Hopefully, Cam Reddish can go in there and finally have an opportunity to flourish in the NBA, man, because this guy's a phenomenal talent, a former first round pick of the Atlanta Hawks. Once again, got rid of our young talent. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He really hasn't had an opportunity to go somewhere where he can have starting potential. Even though he has starting capabilities, but he's always been to a team where, he's kind of overshadowed by another person in that position. So now him going over to the Hornets, I think this is a place where he could definitely go out there and thrive and be successful, because they're not a team that's flowing with talent, and he's a guy that has tremendous talent, and he's young still also. Cam Reddish is now 25, so again, a young player, and he'll be 26 later on this year, but somebody who can put the ball in the basket, has great size, can defend well, and has a lot of upside. So I think that was a great landing spot for him, and I think he's going to have a great career there and looking to flourish, and hopefully become an all-star and really earn that respect that he has for the type of style of play he can do, and what type of player he can be. And they also received a 2031 unprotected first-round pick in the 2030 pick swap. So moving on, we had another headliner, blockbuster trade. Jimmy Bucket Butler is now a Golden State Warrior. So the Golden State Warriors was a part of a 4-team blockbuster trade. The Golden State Warriors received Jimmy Butler. The Miami Heat, they received P.J. Tucker, Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, and they protect the first-round pick, which I don't think that's a bad group to receive. P.J. Tucker is the oldest one out of that group, but Kyle Anderson is a good power forward, center-style player, smaller guy who has a lot of upside. He can put the ball in the basket when need be, but he's a great defensive presence, so he definitely embodies that Heat culture type of style. Andrew Wiggins, he's had an up and down career.
That's the best way to put it.
Former first rounder. I think he was number 1 pick a couple years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
I remember when he was in high school, they called that man the next LeBron James.
And he did. He did win a championship with the Warriors a couple years back. So he got that under his belt. At least he can say he's a champion. But
I mean, he got some upside. He just I hate to use that word streaky, but when Andrew Wiggins clicking, he clicking.
Right. And maybe this is a new opportunity for him to be able to get somewhere where he could have that consistency. You know what I mean? Because still he was in a place where basically the face of the team. He wasn't still the face of the team when he was with the Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns still the face of the team. He really won that number 1 option, and I'm not saying he'll be the number 1 option going to Miami, but he'll definitely be a 1A, 1B type of option. You know what I mean? He's going down there with guys like Tyler Hero, Bam, these type of players. So he can definitely, input himself in a great position to be successful in Miami. And then the Detroit Pistons also were a part of this trade. They received Lindy Waters III, and they received Josh Richardson. And the Utah Jazz, they received Dennis Schroeder. From the sixth, so from today's trades to wrap up the NBA deadline, we had the 76ers back in talks. The 76ers were a part of a Jared Butler trade with the Washington Wizards. So the Washington Wizards, they received Reggie Jackson, a 2026 first-round pick, that's pretty much it. And then the 76ers got Jared Butler, 2027 second-round pick, a 2028 second-round pick, a 2030 second-round pick, and a 2030 second-round pick. So 2 second-round picks in the year 2030, a 2028 second-round pick, and a 2027 second-round pick, and Jared Butler. So I really don't know too much about Jared Butler, but obviously, they felt like he was worth something to be a part of this team. Another young guy, so out of that Baylor program too. So I'm pretty sure he can get buckets. I think he was on that Baylor championship team. So that's that. Then the Heat were back in trade talk. Also, the Heat landed Davion Mitchell from Toronto. They were in trade talk with Toronto. I told P.J. Tucker was getting tossed around like a rag doll. He was just in Miami. He was just in Utah. Now he in Toronto. And I think that's what he's gonna be at for the rest of the year, to my understanding. But
unless he buy out, then,
right. So the Miami Heat, they got guard Davion Mitchell, and the Toronto Raptors got P.J. Tucker, a 2026 second-round pick via Los Angeles, and cash considerations. Moving on to the Hornets. The Hornets, they were in talks, and they got a pick from the Phoenix Suns, they were in talks with for center Yusuf Nurkic. At least they know, we just lost a center. We need another center. And Nurkic, he had a pretty consistent career. Not a just all-star type of player, but a consistent player. He'll get you rebounds, a good defender, and he'll score. He's a pretty efficient scorer from his area, from his range. So that's a good pickup for the Hornets. The Phoenix Suns, they got Cody Martin, they got Vasily Mikic. The Hornets fans just like him. He's a point guard. I see him play Monday when LaMelo got hurt. I think bro got good potential, but I think going to learn from these guys like KD, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. He'll definitely become a better basketball player for sure. And the Phoenix Suns got a 2026 second round pick. Now again, moving back to these Hawks trades that we came in here talking about 40 minutes ago. So the Hawks agreed to release again the best player besides Trae Young this year, in my opinion, who's had an offensive impact. Besides Jalen Johnson, he before he got injured, he was a real bright spot for the team also. But DeAndre Hunter, again, he was in line for sure the Sixth Man of the Year award. Consistency, averaging 20 points a game. Off the bench, starting, he was being consistent. He was that bright spot on the court. It took him this long to finally kind of get to the potential that he should have been, that we expected him to have when we drafted him years ago. And it takes time for players to develop and really get in that rhythm of the NBA, because the NBA is a different monster. You know what I mean? And I think the Cavaliers picked up a phenomenal player. They number one seed in the East for a reason, and they're even more solidified now. Having this type of piece of he'll most likely be in the starting lineup. If I'm not, I don't know who their starting lineup is. I don't know what Caris LeVert was, but he's a guy who's playing that type of basketball right now, where you want to insert him in that starting lineup. You know what I mean?
I'll let him come off the bench still. They already got some heavy hitters in that starting lineup.
You could, man. But either way it goes, he's going to have an awesome impact for the team. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the Cavaliers definitely got him one in that perspective. So the Atlanta Hawks received Caris LeVert. Again, it's probably the biggest bright side of our trade deadline for right now. We shall see. I
think Terrence Mann gonna be the biggest bright side.
We shall see. Terrence Mann, yes. I mean, if he. I'm not worried about defense. I need people to score buckets. He's not a guy that I've seen him play with the Clippers a few times. He's not just a bucket getter, dude. He's a
bucket getter. No, he's streaky.
No, he's not. I don't need streaky. I need to know you can. Buddy,
look here. He was playing with James Harden, dog.
No, hear that. It don't matter if you have an opportunity. Tyrese Maxey played with Joel Embiid. Guess what he do?
Yeah, but that's Tyrese Maxey though.
Exactly.
You can't compare Tyrese Maxey to Terrence Mann, dude.
Nah, if you're a bucket getter, you just a bucket getter. I don't want to hear that. Bro. You better come in here and get buckets. We don't need. We at the third top defense in the league. We know how to play defense. We need people to put the ball in the basket, buddy. And the only guy I have confidence right now of the guys we pick is kind of Caris LeVert, and I said kinda because buddy, he know how to get to the basket. He can make to get to the basket and get buckets. But he be streaky sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? That Boston, the Brooklyn Nets, Caris LeVert, if he bring that to Atlanta, okay, all right, I have a little bit more confidence.
I thought about that, but then I realized that I was still like probably 26, 27 when Caris LeVert was out there, so I don't know if I want to put my faith in that.
Well, I'm just saying though, you know what I mean? He was getting buckets with the Nets though. You know what I'm saying?
He was.
But
that's a large clock to turn back right there, man.
Exactly. Well, I don't need to turn back. We going forward. You ain't about going back. I'm
talking about the turn back to be that player.
Oh yeah, well, if you're a baller, you're a baller. Plain and simple. What's LeBron James' excuse? Bro, 41 basically this year.
Bro, LeBron James is a different beast.
Well, I'm just saying.
There is the rest of the NBA, and then there's LeBron James.
He ain't turned back no clock. He going forward. He just keep
getting clock better. Does he have to turn back? Father Time still chasing him.
Well, I'm just saying. So, again, in that trade for the Cavaliers, DeAndre Hunter, they got him. We got Caris LeVert, George Niang, 3 second-round picks that we freaking gave away, of course, and 2
No, we gave away the picks that we had before we got those picks.
Okay, so we just swapped picks for picks, you know what I mean? We just... And then we got 2 future pick swaps. I don't even know what that means. Like, are they first-round pick swaps? Are they...
They're not even, like... Who we got those picks from? The Cavs? Yeah, they're not even the Cavs picks. It's the picks they got from the Jazz a couple years ago.
Exactly.
So it's like, I don't know what that means.
And then also, like you said, we had the last trade for the Atlanta Hawks. We received Terrence Mann and Bones Highland. Bones is the youngest guy we received on the trade. He's 24.
So
he's 24. He played at VCU. So he, hopefully, again, he's a young player who can come and Where's Kobe Buffkin been? We should have got him.
He's injured.
We should have let him go. Like, bro, I haven't
I
seen
think he
him.
out for the year.
I haven't seen him on the court. I haven't seen him on the court. I haven't seen him play 20 games in a season yet.
I know.
Like, what? You know what?
You want to talk about somebody who got upside but never hit the court?
Dude.
Kobe Buffkin was showing a little bit of upside with the small amount of minutes he got this year.
Oh my
and
God.
then, boom, injured again.
You know what? It's difficult being an Atlanta fan, y'all. It's difficult being an Atlanta fan, man. So in the LA Clippers got a shooter with Bogdan Bogdanovic and 3 second-round picks. So that's what we gave them for Terrence Mann and Bones Highland. So Terrence Mann better be ready to go play some basketball, buddy, because we giving stock away. You know what I mean? We selling stock, and then that means that if we selling stock, that means we have confidence in the players and the product that we're getting. So you might want to come produce my boy, because hey, you know, I know here on the Grateful Gap podcast, we expect productivity. We have high expectations for anybody who can step on that court. And you might.
Yeah, that's true though. I'm trying to figure out why everybody we picked up is like only averaging like close to 10 points a game. We really just got depth.
We don't need that. We need score.
Like we really just got depth.
We need people who put the ball in the basket. Who's over 500? Not even halfway, a little quarter over the season. Then we lost 6-7 straight games. Like it's not.
But we were the talk of the NBA.
Like, come on now, exactly. And then we just went downhill, and now we're doing the same thing, going downhill, buddy. But that's all we have for the NBA. Again, my cousin, he said Kevin Porter Jr. Where did he go? He went to Milwaukee.
He went to the Bucks. The Bucks, they got them two. They got two. But Kyle Kuzma and Kevin Porter Jr. That's
Right.
two good pickup right there. You got two guys that can go out there and score on their own.
Right.
Yep, and Kevin Porter, that's another guy that, you know, it's so much flashes of potential in the NBA.
Right.
Like, just so much flashes, and Kevin Porter's one of them.
But his athleticism put him over that type of chart. He got that type of athleticism that what's our boy from Memphis got? He got that John Morant type of athleticism.
Ja.
Yeah. He got that type of he got that type of athleticism. So you put that with the development of those guys up there in Milwaukee, you know what I mean, with the Doc Rivers and what he's known for and how he expects individuals to and he can get the greatness out of them. You know, he brings the best out of his players. You know, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? He brings the best out of his players. So those guys are definitely going into a situation where they can really increase their value in the NBA and you know, potentially go on a run here in the East to be in potential with, you know, most likely to meet the Cavaliers in the NFC the NBA East Final. You know what I mean? So well, you know, NBA East Champions.
Eastern Conference.
I mean, you know what I mean? Whatever.
I got you, though.
I'm done with the NBA right now.
It's all right, though.
Moving on to the Unrivaled League. Unrivaled League had a game on Monday. I'm gonna get the results here. I got them pulled up over here. For Monday game, February. What day was that? Man, go back. I got an Android again, y'all, so it's kind of difficult for me. You know? Whatever. Don't judge me. You know what I'm saying? But February the 3rd. We had games Monday for Unrivaled League. We had the Mist defeat the Phantoms 64-61, and we had the Lunar Owls dominate the Vinyl 85-68. Games will kick off tomorrow at 7:15 p.m. on TNT. Again, you all still have time to go vote for the individuals you want to see in the one-on-one matchup. So if y'all go do that, just go to the unrivaledleague.com to put in your votes, and they will have the announcements later on in February for the one-on-one matchups and the tournament information. So make sure y'all go tune in, put your votes in, and stay tuned for the announcement. So tomorrow games at 7:15 p.m. on TNT. You got the Lunar Owls going up against the Phantoms, and you have the Rolls going up against the Mist, and that game will be at 8:15 p.m. on TNT. So again, the Unrivaled League has been phenomenal. Now I've really been enjoying seeing that, and good luck to all those ladies. Keep going strong, and keep putting on for women's sports. So.
You forgot one major thing, or do you want to talk about it Saturday?
What, for Unrivaled?
Yeah, the one-on-one league.
So
the one-on-one tournament.
I just talked about it. Well, so it's already released.
Oh, no, I got the schedule for it and everything.
Yeah, but I was just talking about we don't know who's going to play yet. Yeah, we don't know who's going to play yet. That's why I was talking about go put your vote in. Because they don't got none of the matchups yet. But yeah, the schedule.
They got the 30 people in there. They got them separated into what they call pods.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you whatever. I'll send it to you.
Okay, yeah, but I do see the tournament set up. So the tournament is going to be going from the 10th of February all the way through the 14th. So yeah, from that Monday next week all the way to Saturday. They're gonna have a tournament, so they're gonna have games Monday and Tuesday. They're gonna be 15-minute increments, so 15-minute games, 1v1, starting off at
Ooh.
7 p.m. on Monday, February 10th. Again, to be determined for the networks and things of that nature. So that will be going forward. But again, the tournament is going to kick off on Monday, February 10th, and it will conclude on the 14th of February, that Friday. So again, games are 15-minute increments, and it's gonna definitely be, the ratings are gonna be boosted up. You know what I mean? To see these ladies go one-on-ones, most likely gonna be half court, and they're gonna be getting in. So I'm excited to see what they got going. So again, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow games. Friday got games Friday and Saturday in the Unrivaled League team games, and then they got the tournament matchups starting on Monday. So we will have more information on that as the league continues to come out and we get the information for the matchups and things of that nature. So shout out to the Unrivaled League. Moving on to the NFL. Yes, sir. Y'all know what's going on. Super Bowl 59, man. You know what I mean? I've been looking forward to this since 2 weeks ago. Finally here, the team got to New Orleans this past Sunday. Again, they had media obligations from basically Monday all the way through today, most likely, and it'll keep going to Saturday, most likely. Probably won't see as many individuals as as many players as we've seen from this week. Really enjoyed seeing all the players there. All the different outlets and things of that nature covering the sports. Really getting tired of the preview talk. I'm just ready to see them boys line up and play, because I have tremendous confidence in what the Eagles are capable of doing offensively and defensively. I'm tired of the disrespect towards Jalen Hurts. People keep talking about, Jalen Hurts has to win to stop the hate. They're not gonna stop hating on this man. They're not gonna stop hating on him. When we win, they're gonna say, "Oh, we won because XYZ." They're not gonna give him credit, because all the credit, that the biggest stat again that he looks forward to is the winning. And last time I checked, he has his win column is heavier than his lose column. He's 5-3 in the playoffs. Been to the Super Bowl twice. Lamar Jackson hasn't been to the Super Bowl once. Josh Allen hasn't been to the Super Bowl once. Joe Burrow lost to the Rams. He should have a Super Bowl championship. Come on, buddy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Like, they be talking about the caliber. Oh, Jalen Hurts is this, Jalen Hurts is that. But he shouldn't even be in the same conversation as those guys. Him and Patrick Mahomes should be in the same conversation, because they have things in common. Their first 5 seasons, 2 Super Bowl appearances. Patrick Mahomes won 1. Jalen Hurts has the opportunity Sunday to win 1. So then, that'll be that. Their records of winning are similar. Patrick Mahomes in that time frame had two more touchdowns than Jalen Hurts had. Patrick Mahomes had 159. Jalen Hurts had 157. So what is going on? He's in conversation. He has the same likes and accomplishments similar to the best quarterback that's playing right now in the NFL. So why are we still talking about what does Jalen Hurts do? We know what he do. He wins. He leads his team to victory. He's a dual threat quarterback who can throw the ball efficiently, who can run the ball, who leads the right way on and off the field. You know what I'm saying? Who's level-headed in low times, high times. He's the same type of player, same guy. So what are we talking about? Why is the disrespect still there? And again, after he won the Super Bowl this Sunday, what y'all gonna say now? Oh, he won because of this. He won because of that. But guess what? That's what the key word is gonna be in that. Won. He wins. That's what he does, man. So shout out to my boy Jalen. I'm looking forward to see his performance. He outdueled Patrick Mahomes the first time. I have no doubt about it. He can do it a second time. But it's not about a singular performance. Our team is going to outduel the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm confident in that. I'm confident in that. Our defense is phenomenal. The Kansas City Chiefs haven't seen a defense like this all year. And when they had defense like that, you see how many times they've played and won single. They won 17 games this year of single possessions or less. You know what I mean, of scoring. And we don't do that. We have an opportunity to really go in here and I want to get this on record too. If we win the coin toss, we're gonna win the Super Bowl, buddy. We're gonna win the Super Bowl, because we get to go on defense first. They're gonna set the tone. I want to see my defense on the field first. I need to see that.
I'm pretty sure you will.
You know what I mean? Well, hopefully we shall see. I want to win the coin toss. That's the first win. I always look at the coin toss as a win, because if I can get the ball after halftime first, that's a win for me, especially if we're ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because now we get to go up, continue to play our style of game, continue to try to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field for as long as possible, and the defense going to pin their ears back and get after the quarterback. If we can continue to do that, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to win the Super Bowl, hands down, easily. You know what I mean? Like so. But I'm just really sick and tired of the Jalen Hurts disrespect, because Let it be known. No one says Lamar Jackson not a great quarterback. Never been to the Super Bowl. Nobody don't say Josh Allen not a great quarterback. Never been to the Super Bowl. Nobody don't say who else a good quarterback in this league. They try to compare and name drop. Let's see.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. He's been to the Super Bowl once. You know what I'm saying? But what has he done after that? Yeah, he throw.
Yeah, that's what I hear all the time now.
You know what I'm saying? What? And again, he should have a Super Bowl when you lost to the Rams, buddy. The Rams.
That was a good Rams team.
Man, they were okay. They had Aaron Donald. Okay, that's what makes. No, for real. No, I know.
I know, but
Donald's the piece. He was in.
I know.
But come on, buddy. Y'all offense. Come on now. They had Jalen Ramsey on that side at that time. But you had Jamar Chase and T Higgins. Come on, buddy.
They still got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Exactly. Come on now. You got the same pieces. You got the same.
Joe Mixon.
Exactly. You had Joe Mixon. You had everything in line to win that Super Bowl. You knocked out Patrick Mahomes. You did something Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen never did, but you don't got no ring to show for it, buddy. We back here again. People be talking so, if Jalen Hurts was in the West or in the AFC, he wouldn't be in back-to-back Super Bowls. Why you think that? He's a winner. He's a winner, buddy. We can't help that all these teams overlooked him, and we know what talent is. Sorry, we know what the mantra and the makeup of the Philadelphia Eagles is. The expectation of the Philadelphia Eagles organization is to win. Plain and simple. That's what we expect to win. And it's going to be cool to see Carson Wentz over there with the Chiefs, you know what I mean? But, buddy, you're not getting a ring again, man. The team that you won the Super Bowl with, you got us there. You did your thing. But, buddy, it's not. I know you want to go to Kansas City to try to get an opportunity to get in play in the Super Bowl again. But you're going to be on the sideline looking. You're going to be on the sideline looking. You're going to be seeing that confetti drop green and white again like you realized 7 years ago. Because the Eagles is coming out of New Orleans as champions, baby. Once again, shout out to my boy Smitty. He going to have an opportunity to be the 5th player ever to win a national championship, a Heisman Trophy, and a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So everything is in line for them Eagles, man. I'm feeling confident, but the Jalen Hurts disrespect got to stop, man. Y'all got to leave my boy alone. He's a winner. He's a winner, man. All you do is win. And all these other guys who got these big contracts after what do they do? How many times? I think he's like the 3rd or 4th quarterback to lose a Super Bowl and to return back to a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not too many who's done that. Come on now, put some respect on my boy name, man. Stop playing with him.
You're not going to get the respect. I'm just going to tell you that right now because of just how people view the game of football. They feel like if you ain't throwing 300 yards, you're not a good QB. But they also need to kind of dial that back just a little bit because I don't call him Super Bowl Jalen Hurts for no reason. They need to, honestly, I don't even know why you even entertaining that stuff. All they got to do is just go and look at the conference championship game. He put it on display right there. It's a bird, it's a plane. It's Super Bowl Jalen Hurts. When it's time for him to show up and do what he got to do, throwing the ball, he's going to do it. But guess what? I got Saquon Barkley. You figure out how to stop him, and then you got to figure out how to stop Dallas. You got to figure out how to stop Devontae Smith. You got to figure out how to stop AJ. So it's just like, okay, pick your poison. That's just what it is. But just because he's not throwing, 300 yards a game, people got to get it together. The man is an excellent quarterback. Right. And he's shown it time and time again. I value a person. Look here, you give me 150 a game, and we win 13 games out the year, and then you step into the playoffs and you decide you want to throw 250, 260, guess what? That's fine. You just showing me that, hey, I didn't need to show this right now. I can do it later on. It's like a boxer. I'm not throwing haymakers in the first round. People got to realize the NFL is a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
That's why Belichick looked like he looked. You never see him frustrated or nothing. He realizes it's a marathon. It is not a sprint. But, man, people can go on somewhere with that whole Jalen Hurts noise. But I will give them this, because last week I gave them all the talk about the Eagles. This week I'll give them some information about the Chiefs. Saturday I will give them players that I feel like are going to be impact players for both teams, and also final prediction for the game, of course. But just some info about the Chiefs. I think you're going to like some of this, and I feel like people should pay attention to some of this stuff that I will say here. First things first, Andy Reid has the most wins in the Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles history.
Shout out to my boy
So
Andy.
that right there is a great accomplishment in its own. Second, to every single sports media out here that's trying to be cool. This is why I wish hip-hop would have stayed critically acclaimed and never became commercial. Never in your life compare a football player to Drake. Never in your life do that. Never compare a football player to Drake and then say somebody else is Kendrick Lamar. Go back to listen to Not Like Us and listen to what you're saying here. Drake is nobody in this scenario. There's not an athlete on this earth that I'll say if an athlete was a rapper, I would say, oh, that's Drake. Not an athlete on this earth. And the NBA full of light-skinned dudes. And I wouldn't even do that to them. Like, come on, man. Like, don't even do that.
That's funny.
Never do that again. They need to cut that out. Okay, other than that, Chiefs looking to be the first team to three-peat. We all know that right now. But here comes the butter and the gravy. They have been a great team stopping the run in the regular season. They're giving up $150 on the ground in the playoffs. Chiefs fan need to be worried. I understand they said they have not given up 100 yards to a single player, like a single player again over.
2019, right?
What, since 2019? That's what they said?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all just jinxing yourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, look here. Saquon Barkley's going to get that. He's going to get that buck.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Like he's going to get that buck. Just get ready for it. You better off trying. Don't even try to do all that. I don't care about the whole thing about who wears white and who wears color in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, because I already know they got stats for all that stuff right there. But here we go. The Chiefs, yeah, they're good against the run, but here's another thing they should worry about. They give up 5 yards, basically 5 yards per carry to quarterbacks, and that's something they should worry about right there. They are terrible against play action, and the Eagles are top 5 again in play action. So while the Chiefs are struggling, they're not going to know who's getting the ball. Is it going to be Hurts? Is he going to keep it and we're going to be killed over the top? Or is it going to be Saquon Barkley on the ground? But either way it goes, being 28th in the league when it comes to dealing with play action, a 113 passer rating when it comes to dealing with play action against a team that's top 5 in the league with play action plays is not something that should be ignored. Here's just more stuff right here. Chiefs defense against wide receivers this year have not been that good. 21st when it comes to passing ratings. They have not been that good against wide receivers. Like, this is not the same Chiefs team that we're used to. We just know that the defense is tough, gritty, and they make plays when it matters.
Right.
But, I mean, yeah, sorry, Ra-Ra. Stats kind of matter in some instances. Yeah, and then, you know, Chiefs against tight ends, they're like middle of the pack. I don't think that's good when you're dealing with Dallas Goedert and you're dealing with a play-action pass, Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goedert. Right. I don't think that's a good combination when your defense struggles against both of those. The pass defense overall, it's in at number 12. That's just, you know, whatever. That's decent. The O-line, that is going to be the battle right there. The battle in the trenches. And this thing right here kind of gives me, how can I put it? Giants and Patriots Super Bowl vibes. I only have one thing to say when it comes to Sunday's game. 2.5 seconds. You got 2.5 seconds to get to Patrick Mahomes. And luckily for the Eagles, they have an offensive line over there that got one guy that gave up 7 sacks. I mean, the interior is basically the strong front. And I feel like Jordan Davis is going to have something to say about that.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Boy, JD coming to play. All my Philly dog, I'm telling you, y'all going to hear their name. Nolan Smith going to be balling. Jordan Davis going to be balling. Jalen Carter going to be balling. You know what I'm saying? Keely Ringo going to make a special team play. You know what I'm saying? I
can see all that right there. Yeah, but check this out. Kansas City defense, y'all dealing with the number 8 ranked O-line according to PFF. They don't like to give up sacks and they're very physical. What else we got here for you? Philly's defense. Here's the thing that they should worry about. Only one thing, which everybody should know. Keep Patrick Mahomes in the pocket. Philly's defense, when it comes to QBs, they're giving up about 5 yards per carry. That's tied for the middle of the pack, like 18th in the league, but that's okay. But guess what, though? That 2.5 seconds I was telling you about, that's going to come in handy because Patrick Mahomes is probably the worst we've ever seen when it comes to pressures. 71.6 passer rating, 8 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And this is the youngest defense in the NFL. This is the best defense in the NFL. I'll repeat that again for Kansas City Chiefs fans. This is the best defense in the NFL. They don't care about refs. They really don't make a lot of mistakes. Go and look up their penalty stats. They don't make a lot of mistakes on this team. Oh, yeah, that Kansas City Chiefs line is beat up, and you got to deal with Josh Sweat, Nolan Smith. Go ahead and name them all off. Just name everybody that got it.
Brandon Graham will be in the fold. You got Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Milton Williams. You got my boy Booker. You got Ajomo. You got a lot of guys out there in that rotation that are going to be getting after them guys, man. So we ready to rock and roll. You know you got my boy Zach Bond at linebacker, Oren Burks, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. going to get some reps. You know you got my boys on the corners, Quinion, Slay. You got my boy CD.
I give you another Super Bowl there. I give you another Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes' first Super Bowl when he played Tampa Bay, when that man had to run for his life. He might be running for his life on this game. Like, there's going to be a lot of 13 and 15 scenarios. You might have to see some Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce specials. But that's another thing for that. I said this last week. The Eagles do not like giving up yards and touchdowns and receptions to tight ends. I feel like they're going to be a problem for Travis Kelce. I know he shows up.
I know one thing. They better have C.J. Gardner-Johnson on this man. But he cannot guard. But he's not a cover. He's not a cover guy. He's not a cover guy. Plain and simple, bro. He's going to get cooked by this man. He's a down nose, attack the run type of guy and play over top type of safety. He's not a cover your tight end, especially not Travis Kelce. No, do not put this man on him, bro. Do not put this man on him. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Do not put C.J. Gardner-Johnson on Travis Kelce. If we do that, we're going to be good to go, man. Plain and simple.
Honestly, I think they're going to throw multiple bodies at Travis Kelce. That's another reason I like this matchup. Because they have a lot of people on defense that they can throw at him. They got linebackers they can throw. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Cooper DeJean take him on.
Put Coop on.
Yep. Yeah, I can see Cooper DeJean taking him on. Like, there's going to be a lot of that going on right there. But the Eagles, they do not like to give up anything to tight ends. So people need to keep that in mind. And to kind of close this off right here, I don't know what's going to happen with that running game, but the Eagles don't like to give up nothing with the run. They're tied in fifth. They only give up 4 yards per carry. They take the ball away. The past 6 games, they got 20 takeaways. In the past 6 games, while Kansas City only got 1 in the past 9. But this is a very disruptive defense.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be a challenge. I know somebody's going to say, hey, you're still talking. Somebody's going to say, hey, you're still talking about the Eagles. No, I'm talking about what the Chiefs got to face.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, last thing I got to say on this thing right here. Just 2 stats to keep up with. Andy Reid is 30-7 when he has a week to prepare for a game. And Nick Sirianni is 5-1 when he has a week to prepare for the game. The last time Nick Sirianni lost a game when he had a week was the Kansas City Chiefs. So he's technically had a couple years to prepare for this matchup again. I know he's thought about it.
We ready to rock and roll, man. Super, super excited, man. But, again, we'll have more information, our final thoughts on Saturday, so make sure y'all tune in. I'm going to be sad my cousin going to be going. I heard him say it countless times on Just Unconventional that he gonna dial it back on Saturday.
Just a smidge, dog. I'm still going to pop in here.
I understand, man. You know, we ain't going to have too much exciting stuff to talk about. But the NBA season going to be ramping up, so we'll keep y'all informed about that. Again, the United Football League will be ramping up also. So we'll have information. He'll still be here on Thursdays, but, you know, those Saturday shows be lit, too. So I'm going to definitely...
They've been lit the past couple months. I ain't going to
definitely miss my cousin, but we're going to be getting into it, man. So, again, y'all make sure y'all tune into this Saturday Sports Huddle. It's going to be epic. Again, our last preview of the NFL season for 2025. Super, super sad, but and another thing, excited because I get to see my team play one more game, baby. And hopefully them boys leave out of New Orleans as champs. And, you know, we start the season off the next year the right way, man. So, moving on to other NFL news, we have some NFL trades going on. So, Myles Garret requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns. And I think that was the best thing he could ever do. And hopefully he finds a team where he can go and compete for a championship. You know, I would love to see him a Philadelphia Eagle, but we don't got space for him. We don't got the money for him. We don't got the cap for him. But, you know, wherever team he lands on is going to be an instant improvement. You know what I'm saying? I can see him probably going to, like, maybe Denver or, like...
I can see Denver.
I can see maybe, like, Denver or people...
Well, you know the talk of the town is they over here trying to find trade packages to get this man here.
Right. They've been talking about Atlanta. I don't know, man. I don't know. Atlanta, he got to go to...
No, because, like, he'll make the defense better, like, instantly. Sure. But it's like, after that... Like, what are we going to do after that?
We want to go to a team where he can be able to compete from both sides. The Bills will be a good fit for him.
They got the whole... Bro, tell me why the Bills' O-line is contacting Myles Garret to get him up there. The O-line calling this man.
Right. No, he's definitely impact, you know, instant impact. I think that the Broncos will be a good fit. I think the Bills will be a good fit. Let me see somebody in the NFC who I think will be a good fit for him. I think the Commanders...
Oh my God!
I'm definitely if they get him, I'm definitely going to see Commanders every year. See Myles Garrett on one side battling against Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson. Then I get to see Jaden Daniels. So yeah, but I can see him going there. People speculating the Cowboys. He don't want to go to the Cowboys. He knows it's no life.
Just because he said that back when he was about to get drafted about he wanted to be a Cowboy, I don't think he want to be in that situation now. Micah Parsons sounds nice to play alongside with, but that's kind of a dumpster fire for a second.
He don't want to go there. But what's another team I see him probably potentially going to? He gonna have any impact, but a place where he can go to potentially win. Let's see here.
You think the Lions may try to be aggressive and grab him?
They could, but they got a lot of people to pay also. You know, you got Jahmyr Gibbs coming up in year 3. He gonna be looking to get paid the next couple of years. You know what I'm saying? What they got going on?
Aiden Hutchinson soon.
Yeah, right. Aiden, you know what I mean? All these type of guys. So that's why I ain't put them in a position for us. Even though we did pay a lot of guys this past offseason, which is a lot of money allocated for. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see what else.
I got another one for you.
Who?
Chicago.
The Bears. I can see him with the Bears. Yeah. For the Bears, I can see him with the Bears. But see, again, he want to go to a position where you don't just want to win games. He want to have opportunity to win championships. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the Super Bowl caliber defense. You add him. I mean, they can figure out the offense.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's see another AFC team. I think he'd have a good fit in.
Give him somebody that have a set quarterback, so he ain't got to worry.
I don't see him with the Chargers. They ain't gonna work out. Let me see. Texans, nah. True. Maybe the coach. The coach needed jump.
You know what? Hey, bring that boy up here to the coach.
Hey, boy, the coach.
Indeed.
The coach needs
Jim Mercer,
man.
Chris Ballard. I don't agree with your tenure. I don't think you done much for them. But come on.
Hey, boy, the coach.
Bring that boy up there.
Be a good fit for him, man.
I'll take him.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll take. Look here. If y'all want Anthony Richardson for another year, fine. Give me Myles Garret.
Yeah, because I'm saying because they don't got to pay him. They don't got to pay him for a couple more years. You know what I'm saying? So that should have cap space up there in Indiana. So we shall see. But that's exciting. Also, more information coming out of L.A. The Rams are looking to part ways with Cooper Kupp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's another person I've heard of coming down here, and I'm like, I don't understand. I'm going to put this on record right now. I need Falcons fans to look out for 2 people next year if we do not make any wide receiver moves. Casey Washington Jr. and Chris Blair. Chris Blair already has chemistry with Michael Penix. That was his number 1 target in the preseason. First play this man had in the regular season with Michael Penix on the field, boom, 18-yard catch. They already got chemistry. So if they don't make no moves for wide receivers, it's because they already got 2 speedsters that are waiting to be unleashed.
Right. I can see him going to Washington. A lot of pieces are going to be going to Washington this year.
Nice.
A lot of pieces are going to be looking to flow to Washington this year. They've seen what Jaden Daniels is capable of. Dan Quinn, the way he has his team rocking and rolling. The organization is going in a new direction. The old owner is hating. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been successful. So people want to go play in Washington. So I really see a lot of key players heading to Washington this offseason, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But I think Cooper Kupp will be a good fit in Washington for alongside Terry McLaurin to go in that slot. You know what I'm saying, to be able to play. He's still a player who has a lot of upside.
If he likes the cold, I will say I can see him with the Patriots. They need a set wide receiver. They need a reliable wide receiver.
That was actually my mindset offline. I was thinking the Patriots would be a good fit for him because having a guy May, a reliable receiver, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and
they don't want to keep him in the. They don't want to keep him in the NFC. Send him over to the. I can see. How can I put it? Los Angeles Chargers. You ain't got to move out the state.
Yeah, I can see him with the Chargers.
Yeah, they need another one. Oh, him and Lad.
Crazy.
They're terrorizing. That'll be like that's another Puka. That's basically Puka and Cooper all over again.
Right, Lad better though. That boy Lad McConkey different. That boy
Lad better than Puka.
Man, that boy Lad different, man. See. Lad he has that over the top speed to blow you to blow the roof off you, and he has that yard after catch. That's what makes him really, like seeing him at Georgia, seeing Lad at Georgia do that. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, he can do this in the league, and he did it his rookie year. This guy here catch a slant, he's taking it 50, 60 yards to the house. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Puka Nacua not doing that. Puka Nacua is a physical receiver. He gonna break tackles, run through you, catch good balls, and he can take you over the top. But he's not that slant, take it to the house type of player. That was Lad McConkey has that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's my opinion. That's why it makes him a better player because he can take it. He can go off the top, and he can go underneath and take it to the house. You know what I'm saying? He had the elusiveness, hands. He's fast, physical. So yeah, but of course he's a bulldog too. So of course I'm going to say, he's better. I don't care. It's an opinion. I know. So, but yeah. So I think it's going to be exciting to see again this offseason of the NFL. It's going to be interesting. The Super Bowl going to end, and then the offseason going to kick right off, and it's going to be a lot of players moving around and a lot of things impacting in the NFL, and then the draft going to be right around the corner. So super excited, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned in. Again, the Sports Huddle, we're going to be locked all year, man. Every Thursday and Saturday, y'all can catch out sports here. and be on the lookout because the shows are going to keep getting better and better, and I'm excited for it. Moving on to NCAA men's and women's top 25. NCAA men's and women's top 25 from this week. We got some games tonight here in the NCAA men's and women's top 25. In the NCAA women's basketball today, we got the Lady Gamecocks, number 2 South Carolina going up against the Lady Dogs. Most likely gonna get walked on, but it's okay. But we're gonna support them anyway. So shout out to them dogs, baby. Y'all girls go out there and play your heart out. And we never know where the chips fall. We got a top 20 ranked matchup tonight at 6:30 p.m. on ESPN. We got the number 19 team, the Tennessee Volunteers, the Lady Volunteers hosting the UConn. What are they? Huskies. The Lady Huskies.
Yeah.
The Huskies going up against the Lady Volunteers at 6:30 p.m. tonight on ESPN. We got number 10 Duke hosting Clemson tonight at 7 p.m. on the ACC Extra. We got number 17 Georgia Tech hosting SMU. Number 22 Florida State going up against Virginia. We got number 23 Alabama going up against Florida tonight at 7 p.m. on the SEC Network. We got number 6 LSU going up against Missouri. Number 15 Oklahoma going up against Ole Miss. Number 21 California going up against Louisville tonight at 8 p.m. on the ACC Network. Number 3 Notre Dame hosting Stanford tonight at 8:30 p.m. on ESPN. We got a top 25 ranked matchup in the SEC. We got number 4 Texas hosting number 24 Vanderbilt tonight at 9 p.m. on the SEC Network, and we have number 16 Maryland going up against Oregon.
I'm always like, when you be going over these, I always go and look at the AP top 25 to see how many SEC teams
Let me know,
is sitting in there. 8 out of 25 for the women.
Okay, still represent.
Yeah, 8 out of 20. They've been around ever since I've been looking at it. They've been sticking around like 7 or 8 teams.
About 30% of the top 25. Shout out to them girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Moving on to NCAA men's top 25 basketball for today. We have one matchup tonight at 7 p.m. on FS1. We have a Big 12 the Big 12 and Big 10. I think in the Big 10, Ohio State, Maryland. We got number 18 Maryland going up against Ohio State tonight at 7 p.m. on FS1. For Friday games, we have a couple top 25 ranked matchups. We have number 7 Purdue hosting USC at 7 p.m. tomorrow night on FS1. And we have a top 20 ranked matchup between number 19 UConn and number 12 St. John's tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Fox. So make sure y'all tune in to the Sports Huddle on Saturday to get updated information from NCAA men's and women's top 25.
It's the same thing in the men's, about 8 out of 25.
Okay, so a little bit, about 30% of the SEC, on the top 25 men and women. Shout out to y'all. From the National Hockey League for tonight's games, we have the Lightning hosting the Senators. We have the Golden Knights going up against the Devils. The Flyers are hosting the Capitals. The Utah Hockey Club are going up against the Blue Jackets. We have the Wild hosting the Hurricanes tonight at 7:30 p.m. on Hulu or ESPN Plus. We got the Blues hosting the Panthers. We got the Avalanche going up against the Flames. We got the Kraken hosting the Maple Leafs, and we have the Canucks going up against the Sharks. Friday games, February 7th. We have the Rangers hosting the Penguins tomorrow night on the National Hockey League Network at 7 p.m. We got the Winnipeg Jets hosting the New York Islanders at 8 p.m. tomorrow. I like saying Winnipeg Jets. I know y'all know already, but all right. The Blackhawks hosting the Predators. That might be my new favorite team, actually, just because I like to say Winnipeg. But then the Avalanche are going up against the Oilers, and the LA Kings are hosting the Stars tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. on ESPN. So make sure y'all tune into the Saturday Sports Huddle to get updated information as the National Hockey League continues to get closer and closer to their playoff and things of that nature. They're in the runnings. A lot of good teams coming out of both the Eastern and Western conferences, and shout out to those guys. So we're going to wrap it up with the Royal Rumble recap and what we can be looking forward to here going forward in the wrestling world. Talk to me, cousin.
Oh, man, Royal Rumble was very good. I'm hearing conflicting reviews about the numbers that they did. Honestly, I'm going to go with the first one I heard, $70K for the Royal Rumble at Lucas Oil Stadium. They said the real number's like 65. But I'm like, dude, it looked like 70K was in there. So the house was packed. This YouTuber or influencer, I really don't keep up with these guys. I Show Speed. He got speared, and he said he'll never go back to a WWE event again. He couldn't walk for 2 days. I'm like, bro, this ain't really for the week, man. It's good for the numbers, but we bring you on here. You're going to have to take that physical bump a little bit. But as far as the matches go, We had DIY. They retained their tag team championships in the 2 out of 3 falls match against Motor City Machine Gun. They had a little bit of help from the Street Profits, Montez Ford and D'Angelo Dawkins, which I don't understand why neither one of these guys were not in the Royal Rumble. But they have made their claims known. They want the tag team titles. I feel like the tag team division in WWE needs a bump. They need a name. Like, maybe when Rey Fenix finally gets over there and he pairs with Penta, that gives the tag team division a boost. But they need a name. They need somebody to kind of make them pop out. Or just let that be your just straight wrestling division. It needs something. Something. You got way too many talented guys, and a lot of them get wrapped up in gimmicks. Like, Pretty Deadly. They get wrapped up in gimmicks. But DIY retains their World Heavyweight Tag Team titles. Where is it? No, they have the WWE Tag Team titles. They mix these things up too much. They retained theirs. Cody Rhodes retained his WWE Championship in a ladder match. It was a great ladder match. Left Kevin Owens bleeding. Alabama slammed into the ladder off of the announce table, bent the ladder in half. Looked like Kevin Owens' head was stuck in between it. But very physical match. Kevin Owens is becoming a very big bright spot to WWE during his heel run, his 2.0-ish heel run of the prize fighter. He attacked Sami Zayn on Monday, so I can't wait to see how that goes down. I've been watching a YouTube video about their rivalry. When it comes to the Royal Rumble matches, once again, the Women's Royal Rumble has showed out. They did incredible. I don't care for Nikki Bella being back. I feel like we could have gave that spot to somebody else, a woman who can actually wrestle. But, it was nice to see Alexa Bliss back. She had skin cancer and she gave birth to a baby, so it was nice to finally see her back in the ring. It's very nice to see her. Jordan Grace made her WWE debut, because every time she's been in the Royal Rumble lately, it's been a part of TNA, but she's made her official WWE debut. She signed a multi-year contract. Charlotte Flair is back in WWE. Trish Stratus came back to participate in the Royal Rumble.
Is she related to Ric Flair?
That's his daughter.
Okay, I figured, yeah. Because she won, right?
Yeah.
She won the Royal Rumble, right?
She won the Royal Rumble. She's been out for a while. She won the Royal Rumble. She tried to cut a babyface promo, but she got booed out the arena on Raw. And I'm just sitting here like, it's okay. Look here, guys. I know how much you guys want to say, oh, Charlotte Flair handpicked because you're Ric Flair's daughter. No, Nikki Bella was handpicked because she was John Cena's girlfriend. Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte Flair, has been tearing it up since the beginning. Can y'all give me another WrestleMania match that was better than Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair in the past 5 years? Because that is my favorite women's match at WrestleMania in the past 5 years. Charlotte Flair is a stud. She earned every single title that she has, and she doesn't have to apologize for being so good. You need someone that everybody else got to reach for, and she just so happens to be it, and she just so happens to be Ric Flair's daughter, and she is your Royal Rumble winner. She is the legacy match. She's already, in my opinion, ruled out Rhea Ripley. She said, you're still just a kid. Reactive, thinking that you're going to be the one that I'm going to pick. Psych. I need to go and see what she said to Julia, because that match will be good. But let's just wait till Julia's on the main roster. I know they don't want to keep giving NXT that much praise. And let's be honest here. As much as Triple H loves his brainchild, he don't want to see NXT match take over and be the best match on that WrestleMania card. But it's going to probably be Tiffany Stratton. If Barbie was a wrestler, it would be Tiffany Stratton. That's the match right there. I can't wait for her to say, hey, I choose you. When it comes to the men's Royal Rumble, I still have mixed feelings. And like I always tell people, you can go ahead and hit me up about it, man. But come on, man. Congratulations to Jey Uso. But it's just, I mean, the shocker, they did that part. They gave us a shocking moment. I mean, I knew Jey Uso's moment was going to come as far as him being a champion. I didn't think that, he was going to win the Royal Rumble. You eliminate John Cena to win the Royal Rumble. So John Cena, once again, is doing his job, putting over talent. I mean, it feels like yesterday I couldn't really distinguish the difference between Jey and Jimmy Uso. And now Jey, as much as he deserves it, is now going to main event WrestleMania. And I need WWE to think about what is happening here. I hope Jey Uso does not feel like this is too big for him. I can see the anxiety and everything in him. You know what Jey Uso I need, though? I need the Jey Uso that was like, I'm going to get him. I need the right-hand man that if somebody was messing with Roman Reigns, he said, I'm going to get him. But this time, you going to get him for yourself. You going to challenge Gunther again, most likely, because you facing Cody don't make no sense. Cody's probably going to face John Cena after John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber coming up. I think at the end of this month right here. That's a spoiler in my eyes. I think he's winning the Royal Rumble. But
the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, Elimination Chamber. I'm sorry, we talked so much
I
about
used to like
this.
that mode on wrestling game too. That was pretty.
That was so
That
fun,
was lit.
dude. I used to sit here and hold off the match just to jump off the Elimination
Right,
Chamber,
get to the
throw
top of
somebody
it.
through stuff.
Right, you take people.
Yeah, it was so fun. I can't lie. That's a game I'm probably gonna have to get this year, bro. They taking this thing open world, and I'm like, I gotta see what's going on. Yeah, they're taking it open world. They're talking about they're gonna have 300 wrestlers on this game. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this sounds like a Tekken or a Street Fighter fighting game right now. But Jey Uso's gonna probably challenge, or most likely challenge Gunther. Gunther's already told him, "You have a lot to lose," and that puts me in a position where I have something to. You have a lot to gain, and you're putting me in a position where I have something to lose, and that's putting me in a position to be the most dangerous version of myself that I could possibly be. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, dang, that sounds like Walter. That don't sound like Gunther. And if Jey Uso end up meeting Walter, I don't think he's winning that at all. He could beat, Gunther. Gunther is still that guy, but he's just doing his job. You're giving him a formidable opponent, a guy that can put him over. He's already starting it. He's like, let's be honest, you can't lace my boots. And Jay, if you ever hear this podcast, I'm sorry. I agree with him. I 100% agree with Gunther. You can't lace that man boots. But guess what? We're in this moment. You've had 2 matches. You've somehow came close to winning the second one. And now we're on to this third one at WrestleMania to main event. I truthfully and honestly wish that it was another opponent, mainly because Gunther deserves that match. If he's going to lose this title and have a second title reign come to end at the grandest stage of them all, he deserves to lose it against a wrestler's wrestler, in my opinion. The World Heavyweight Championship is for your best wrestler. Your WWE Championship is your marketable, like your most marketable or your face of the company. But I just felt like if he could have had that match, I'll be okay with him losing the belt. But we can take the Yeet Fest. Yeet Mania is what we're about to get. Jey Uso's most likely going to beat Gunther at WrestleMania. If he does not beat him, I will be completely shocked, and I'll be happy because I'm shocked. But we know what's about to happen. Congratulations to Jey Uso. I mean, I know everything I've said. This moment is much deserved because this is one of your biggest draws in the company. Like, cousin, let me say this. The man came out for Monday Night Raw. He couldn't talk for like 10 minutes. The fans, they went through all kinds of chants while he was just standing there soaking in the moment. You deserve it. Saying eat, yeet, Uso, all this stuff. Like, and this man, he tried to speak, still couldn't speak. They all stood up and just gave him a standing ovation. You talking about 10,000 plus. You ain't said a word yet. And they all just stand up and give you an instant standing ovation. You got the star power that it cannot be ignored. That your star power is so big that it's just like I said, I'll be shocked if you don't win at WrestleMania. This is an underdog story. And we're watching Yeet Mania, another chapter in the Bloodline story, if you ask me. But congratulations to Jey Uso. That's your Royal Rumble winner for the men's. Charlotte Flair is your Royal Rumble winner for the women's. I think she's going to challenge Tiffany Stratton. DIY retained their tag team titles. Cody Rhodes retained his title. And I'm pretty sure John Cena is going to face Cody Rhodes. And I have a lot to say about that when that match is announced or if that match is announced. But that's everything going on in wrestling. For now, next week we got Grand Slam in Australia. I'll actually be talking a little bit about AEW on the Sports Huddle on, you know what, I'll talk about it on Saturday, just to give an update of what's coming on Wednesday, since this is not a pay-per-view apparently. And what else? Yeah, Saturday I'll also be talking about New Japan, telling you guys what's coming up at New Beginning. Big card on Saturday. Zack Sabre Jr. is defending his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Hiroki Goto. And then the 2 young lions that are young lions no more, and probably 2 of the biggest young rising stars in New Japan and Japan in general. We get not Shota, but Yota Tsuji versus Gabriel Kidd. Their tag team preview matches the past couple weeks, have been very entertaining, and I cannot wait for that match to go down. And so much more. I'll be talking about that on Saturday as well on Sports Huddle.
Hey man, I hope y'all enjoyed the episode as much as we did. I know it's one of our little longer episodes, but I'm telling you, it's worth listening from beginning to the end. We had pooper bloops, we had all type of stuff.
Pooper bloops.
It's coming together, but we appreciate y'all, man. Jehovah God is so good, bro. I really enjoy being able to come here and speak with my cousin. Again, just to even understand that you have life and I have life, we get to come and speak about things we enjoy. Just having life to enjoy these things. We appreciate that and be able.
Oh, we forgot one thing, cuz.
Talk to me.
You had your scenario. I saw it in the
What?
chat.
Oh, boy.
I saw that in the chat.
Yeah, well, hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah, boy, y'all gotta bear with us a little bit longer. I know exactly what he's talking about. Cause we were getting so hyped for Super Bowl 59 preview, we forgot to look over this, and we mentioned this several times. So this is a what if scenario. So we had an NFL player. He's a sports figure. He's a sports media guy now.
Also from Atlanta.
Also from Atlanta, but you making us look bad, but we ain't gonna talk about it. So if you watch sports, you know how this gentleman is. So we had a scenario, and the gentleman he works alongside is a very respected media guy. He's been there for a long time. So he said this gentleman, he said, I know if you were in a position, you would give up your MVP for a Super Bowl, no hesitation. And the gentleman from Atlanta, he said, no, I wouldn't, and I think he's total full of pooper bloopers. Okay, I think he's total full of pooper bloopers, because if you are once again, we have this mantra, this representation of Atlanta that we are winners. We are winners, and yes, winning an MVP is a phenomenal feat, no doubt about it. But cousin, if you were in that position, and this is for the people to answer also, y'all can leave comments on YouTube. Wherever you can leave comments at, leave comments and let us know your answer. If you were a MVP in the NFL and you had an opportunity to change to give that MVP back to win a Super Bowl, would you do it, cousin?
I play this game for Super Bowls. Like, if I'm playing in the NFL, I'm playing this for Super Bowls. I'm putting my body on the line. I'm looking at people, and I hate to put it this harshly, people have died over this game.
Right.
People have taken lifelong injuries over this game just for the opportunity to win or play in the Super Bowl.
Right.
I won a Super Bowl because a lot of people win MVPs, but that Super Bowl cements you.
Right.
Like, they can say whatever you want. It was what Jason Tatum said. You can call me whatever you want, but you got to call me champion.
That's right, baby.
I'll take that.
Hey.
Because I'm sitting here like, look at Aaron Rodgers. They can call him champion, but they care more about his MVPs than the Super Bowl because he can't get back there.
Right.
So, nah, I play this game for Super Bowls.
Right,
That's
right.
what I want. That's where the money is. That's where all that is. People got me twisted. I'm putting my body on the line, being away from my family.
Right.
For all this time.
Championship.
I want a championship.
Boy. Championship, me, boy. No brainer. Like, I'm a winner. Like I said, I'm too competitive to just, having accolades and stuff is cool. Like, I've won an MVP award in high school. That don't mean nothing to me. But our team did not succeed. I would rather have had a state championship in any sport to say, man, we was all good, and not just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were all good. Like, that gives you more confidence that the work you're putting in is beneficial to your brother to your left and your right. Like, championship, me, it's a no-brainer, man. If Lamar Jackson, if you asked the same question, I know he would have said, man, you can have all these MVPs, but Lamar Jackson just won the ring. Even if he just ran one, he want to go to the Super Bowl to experience the opportunity to play for a championship. And then I'm name dropping, bump that. And for Cam Newton to say,
You should have been name dropped.
I know, but for Cam Newton to say that, no, you would not want to do. You've been to the Super Bowl. You got dominated by Peyton Manning and the Broncos team, buddy. You come to tell me that you would not have had I think they went 15-1 that year before they went to the Super Bowl.
Boy.
Like, you had a phenomenal season as a team, and you telling me that you wouldn't want to trade your single accolade for a team accomplishment after y'all have achieved so much as a team? That just told me a lot about him, man. That MVP don't mean nothing, buddy. Nobody don't care about you being an MVP. That's just like if Charles Barkley won the MVP. I don't know if he did or not, but when people see Charles Barkley now, and he's up there with Shaq, and when Shaq getting on him, and he talking about all these type of things, and he saying, Shaq, how does your opinion matter more than mine? Shaq tell him, because I got rings, I got something that you don't have. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what like I said, I'm glad my team is who my team is, because I know Jalen Hurts, at the end of the day, if he don't ever win an MVP, I know he going to have some Lombardies in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to have them ship trophies, baby. And I'm super, super excited, but I'm glad you did bring it up, because I told you.
I got a scenario for you.
Go ahead, talk to me.
Basketball scenario. Because this is just crazy after everything that we heard. I was talking to my brother-in-law, and we was talking about Anthony Davis. And, I feel like, I personally do feel like, a lot of Anthony Davis' ability and how great of a basketball player he is gets overlooked because of injuries. Like a lot of players in the NBA. So, you are starting a new franchise. And I'm only going to give you 2 players. You got to pick one to start with. You either can pick Anthony Davis or Joel Embiid.
Is health a factor? Because both of them unhealthy players. It's true. I mean,
It's a factor.
I'm gonna go Anthony
Keys in the
Davis.
garage.
I'm gonna go Anthony Davis. I'm gonna go Anthony Davis just because of
She fine.
the
I'm about to be
impact he
done. She good.
has on the court. I think Anthony Davis
On
is
tape.
a more versatile basketball player. I think he's more athletic than Joel Embiid, and I think the type of elevation he's capable of bringing is
Hey, Morty.
better than Joel, because when he was in New Orleans, Anthony Davis still talking to town. Even when he didn't have people around him, but the way he performed was still phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Joel Embiid, he has capabilities of being a great basketball player because he's shown that. But I think I'm going to take Anthony Davis just because of the play style, the versatility. Because Anthony Davis, he can go from a 4 or a 5. Hey, doggy, making an appearance. What's your name?
Oh, that's Leia.
Hey, girl.
Yeah,
But
that's Leia.
but yeah, man, you know, him being more versatile at a position, he can play the 4 or the 5. So that means you can bring in a piece like a Carl Anthony Towns to play alongside with them. You know, have that type of Kentucky connection they had. You know, be able to see how dominant they were. You can have all these type of players, you know what I'm saying, be a part of Anthony Davis' development, and not, you know, not just have him. You can go small ball, big ball with Anthony Davis. You can only really go, you know, big ball. Well, you can only really go small ball with Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I'd rather have Anthony Davis. Yeah.
I thought I'd bring that here, man, because I hear all this talk all the time. And what, Anthony Davis, didn't he have like 40-20 before he got traded?
He had a 40-20. Yeah, he had 40. Yeah, we were there. Me and my kids, we were there. They weren't paying attention, but I was paying attention. We were getting buckets. Whooping on him.
Yeah, so it's like, man, people got to get it. I thought that was interesting, though, because like two players who are dominant when they step on the court,
Right.
but have injury issues. Honestly, when you take the injuries into factor, I'll still take Anthony Davis. I know Joel Embiid's only going to play 3 games a month. Anthony Davis may play 3 games in a week. So, I mean, he'll give me at least 3 games a week.
I think the biggest upside for Joel Embiid, I think he's a tougher player than Anthony Davis is. I think Anthony Davis.
I can see that.
Anthony Davis, at sometimes he gives me a soft mentality. I think he's a phenomenal player, but he gives me that soft will. I think Joel Embiid is a tougher willed player. But on the court, I just think Anthony Davis is a better player than Joel Embiid personally. To build an organization around, you know, because it's more ways you can build around Anthony Davis than it is that you can build around Joel Embiid. Like, Anthony Davis has the mindset of, you know, when he got traded to Dallas, he can go and be adaptable to where, you know, where they need to play at. You know, he can, like I said, he can be a center in a small ball lineup. He can be a power forward in a big lineup. Like, he can do different things, and he can be more adaptable to a system than I think Joel Embiid can. So,
Honestly, I think Anthony Davis got his wish because I heard he was talking about wanting a center, you know, all this time before he got traded.
Right.
And Dallas, they got size. They got center, so you can go back and play your true position of power forward.
right. So,
You know, it's like you said. It's kind of true what you said. Like, Joel Embiid, he is more physical. That man is more physical. He's a big.
Right.
Anthony Davis is more of a power forward that you can flex occasionally to a center.
Right.
But when he plays center more often, he getting hurt more often. But over these years, when it came down to it, I've always said Anthony Davis. I've always personally felt like Anthony Davis, when he's on the court and he's playing and he's healthy, that's a top 5 player in this league.
Right.
I mean, we can always say that about Joel Embiid, but I've seen more games of Anthony Davis than Joel Embiid at this point.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you, cousin. Yeah, definitely. When he's healthy and he's producing the way he's supposed to be, he's definitely a top 5 player for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But man, yeah, again, appreciate that, cousin, because yeah, man, I had to get that out there. So again, y'all comment on YouTube or wherever. Would you rather have an NFL MVP or would you rather have an NFL Lombardi and become a Super Bowl champion? So let us know. Again, comment, like, come subscribe on YouTube or subscribe on whatever podcast platform you tune into the Grateful Gap podcast. Make sure y'all go tune in and check out my cousin Matt, host of Just Unconventional Podcast. Again, he has an episode that he has dropped. Make sure y'all go check out this left-hand quarterback mini-series. It's phenomenal. I'm looking forward to what he's going to do after this. I know he's going to continue to try to find some series to add on to, maybe a top 15 all-time quarterbacks or something like that. You know what I mean?
The next thing that I got in mind, because I'm getting into a rhythm here. Like, these papers, all these papers, I'm going to need another notebook in a minute. So, one thing I think I have in mind, because I like challenges, It kind of keeps me going when I'm dealing with life and stuff.
Right.
It keeps me going, keeps you focused, and kind of adds on drive. But I'm just looking at the Atlanta Falcons. I haven't done a Falcons log since last year. I mean, everything I'm hearing is kind of getting on my nerves. But to bump all of that, I think I'm gonna do me a little mini series, a little short mini series, talking about 5 edge rushers coming out of college. I feel like we should go after because I feel like with these first 2 picks that we got in this draft, we need to load up the edge. That's my opinion, and I'm seeing guys like I'm looking at guys watching all these mock drafts and everything, and I'm seeing guys. I'm like, I can see us getting them, or I feel like we need to get them. So let me help out Falcons fans a little bit more.
Right.
And show them, talk to them about a couple other people that they should consider and look at. Because there's a lot, and I mean a lot of defensive talent out there for the NFL draft this year.
Right.
Like, I'm seeing drafts where you got quarterbacks dropping. Like, I've been wondering what the Raiders are going to do. Like, I'm seeing them picking up, one of them had Abdul Carter. And they mock it. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, maybe they're going to try to go out here and trade. Because if I see a team that needs a quarterback and they're not grabbing one in this draft in a mock, I'm like, okay, maybe they're going to go out here and get a trade. Then second round came around, and I read Ryan Howard, and I'm like, oh, snap. So there's depth at quarterback. We might see some names fly off the board the second day that we didn't even think about that may pop up and be a starter.
No, it's going to definitely be interesting, though. Look forward to, as we, again, conclude the NFL season and we get more into the draft process, we're going to be looking to probably get some draft boards up. Show some things that anticipate who we think will draft and trade and be first round picks and number 1 picks and things of that nature. And just be looking for the sports holders are going to continue to ramp up and be better. And just the same way for Just Unconventional Podcast. So make sure y'all stay tuned with us. I love the fact that you said the other day about having that vision. You saw it before anybody else saw it. So whatever it is, man, you just got to keep going forward in your life. Look to persevere. Of course, keep God first in your life, man, because without him, we are nothing. And, Jesus Christ is going to lead us the way also. So just continue to lean on them and pray about it. And, anything that we do, try to, do it for them. And it's going to work out for the best. So we love y'all, man. I love your cousin. I appreciate you being here today, man. I appreciate you changing your time schedule to be here at a later time today. Appreciate everybody who's been looking forward to the episode to drop early this morning. For the international individuals, people in the States, we appreciate y'all for being patient for today's episode. Hope y'all enjoy it. I definitely feel like it was well worth it. Again, make sure y'all stay to the end and enjoy. So, love y'all, man. Y'all be blessed. Have a great today. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.